It was a very detailed article on how makeup and hair people who charge a exorbitant amount of money, and even they couldn't save her from looking old. And so she's been replaced. So I'm reading this and I'm like in therapy, I've used words like, but I'm not one of those abla naris.
Okay.
And I'm not a leech. Okay? 2 horrible words out of my mouth, and then I've done.
I feel joy at 90%. When I'm at 100, I don't.
Joy is key, and whatever I can do to feel joyous every single day is what I do.
I love that.
I cry easily in front of people. If I break, will I be able to pick up the pieces? Will there be someone to pick up the pieces?
Yeah.
So nobody.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Decoding Quirks. I'm your host Aditi, and today we have another special guest I was just talking to her that she's been in my life or in and around my life for a very long time. While I was in college, while I was in Dubai, while I came back to Dubai, while I'm in Bandra. Welcome Tarana Raja.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, and thank you for staying in my life throughout. I had to remind her that she has been in my life.
I didn't plan it, but maybe it was fated.
Do you believe in that?
Not really.
The karma?
No.
Why you don't believe in karma?
Karma is coming back in a very dramatic fashion in my life, but I don't think that's what they mean by.
What is the?
I think जितना मैंने अपनी माँ को सताया बचपन में, उतना वो मुझे अब सता रही हैं. And suddenly one day I was like, oh my God, is that what they mean by karma?
Maybe.
Coming back to get you, because I literally exact same behavior.
So is that like when you are a caretaker to your mom, is that something that people need to be aware of?
It's going to happen. Everybody's journey is their own individual journey. And I don't call myself a caretaker. I call myself an enabler.
Enabler?
I'm an enabler for her to continue to live her best life.
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
That's all I do.
That you must have got the same treatment from your mom.
Exactly. Exactly. And you tend to... I don't have children, so I guess my parenting style has only come out now. And it's a very, I'm going to let you, all right, I'll take you this far, and then you can do what you want with your life. And I'll be there in the wings supporting you, saying, yes, carry on. But I'm not going to be holding your hand through it all.
Oh, interesting.
So I think that's how I'm sort of viewing my role in her life now.
Yeah, so as a daughter, you eventually become the parent at some point in the life. Like you said, your parenting style. That's what.
Yeah.
Some form of parental responsibilities come. How was that transition?
Oh,
when did you even realize that transition?
when I restarted living with her.
So, okay, for reference, you were in Bombay and then you went to Dubai, and then from Dubai you came back to
Yes.
Bombay.
Yeah.
So when you came back
Following in your path.
Yes. Who came first? Now we don't know who followed.
I don't know. But so after a gap of about 10 years, when I moved back in with my mother, is when you also realize, also you do it at a time when you think, okay, now I think, the role of the enabler is sort of needed. And so at that point, you also see your parent finally as someone who's perhaps frailer and could do with a little bit of help. And you still see the strength in, the original strength in many, many aspects. But it's just the physicality that is suffering. And it takes a little while to adjust to it.
Okay.
But now I'm a veteran. I'm doing my PhD.
That's amazing. Did you ever feel like there's guilt attached to if you didn't come back to take care of her?
I don't think it even occurred to me to not come.
Okay, but now that we're talking about it, do you think there would be guilt?
I hope I would not feel guilty.
Okay.
And that there wouldn't be any guilt. Because I genuinely believe there is no rule that a child must look after their parent. It totally depends on your relationship with your parent. It totally depends on the depth of your love. And that totally depends on how your parents brought you up. Yeah. And so the onus, honestly, on that relationship lies a lot with the parents. I mean, you're someone who is into mental health and you understand people.
Yeah.
But all our formative thoughts and emotions and the way we are, all of it is in the first, I guess, 15 years of our life.
They actually say 7.
So, 7. So in those first 7 years, if your parents haven't made you feel safe, secure, loved, like they got your back, like you can do no wrong, then it gets harder for you to change that dynamic.
Yeah.
The older you get. I see lots of estranged families now, with epiphanies and self-realizations, etc., trying to mend fences, but it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
And so I don't think there's any right way or wrong way to deal with your parents. Yes, if they brought you up well, if they looked after you, I don't know if I don't look at it as a duty, but I think of it as, just a natural progression of my life.
This is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where else would I be?
Similar story, I guess, for me as well. Like, I came back obviously, very selfishly, I'll say, I came back for myself. Right? I came back because I wanted to be closer to my family.
Yeah, same.
I don't think they wanted to be closer to me.
Like, I know I wanted to come back, and I was, during COVID, I think a lot of people had like epiphanies during COVID about parents, and my mom is all alone, and just the idea of her being alone, and and very dramatically she has said, "Mujhe lavaris nahi marna." Mummy is dramatic, as you may know.
She's also really like.
But it sort of stayed with me, and I realized I was starting to get like anxiety about it. About, oh God, she's all alone, and it's just me. So I need to be. And I didn't want to uproot her and make her move to Dubai, because then she'd just be like a retired person doing nothing.
When you're isolated, you actually start to deteriorate more.
Completely. And she leads a full life. She's still working. She's modeling. She's acting.
She is.
She's
I saw her in a couple
diva.
of ads and in your reels, so she's fab.
So she leads a full life. She loves going to the theatre. She loves being independent. She loves running her home. You can't take that away.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, I guess I was lucky, or maybe I've made choices in life that enabled me to say, all right, I'm done here and I'm going to go back.
I don't believe in luck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe in luck. I don't know, whatever it is. You sow the seeds of the life that you want to live.
Yes.
And I know that you lived a little bit of like a freelancer life as well.
Yeah.
Along with, I know you were in the radio, so that's like a proper paid, stable job.
Yeah, but I never used to count on it on lasting. It lasted over 17 years. But
Really?
Yeah.
So you would say you're a freelancer?
All my life.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But
about the only stability I have ever had in terms of a salary and health benefits and whatever typically people get in like jobs was for a very brief, like 3 years of my life in Dubai.
Oh.
And then the rest of it, I was back to being a freelancer.
Oh.
Yeah.
And like, but how, see, now freelancers are more common than they were earlier.
Now people have no choice.
Okay, yeah.
One job is not going to cut it.
That's true.
I used to, in my 20s, I did 4 jobs, and out of joy and pleasure.
Not because it was needed.
No. Yeah, it wasn't needed. It was what I needed to do for my soul and for the joy of it, because I wanted to do, I had so much energy and I had so many interests and everything was new. When you're young, everything is new and everything
is new, but there's a big chunk of people who have like so much self-doubt especially in their 20s. And from whatever I hear you talking, like we spoke before this as well. So whatever I heard you say, that your 20s was like your foundation, like you worked a lot, you did a lot, you went in different fields, which is great. So where was this no self-doubt?
I think it all boils down to age 0 to 7.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
No, I genuinely think I can't recall a single instance where I was told, no, you can't, or you're not good enough. I recall many instances of, try, what's the worst that can happen?
Oh.
You'll flop, so. And I'd be like, yeah, so.
So failure was not really taught to you as a bad thing?
Yeah. Failure was taught as it'll happen, and so.
Yeah, what?
I was taught it wasn't a big deal.
Okay. So like failing and rejection or any of that?
And it helped me, honestly, not fail.
Oh.
I don't know if I would be... Every parent is going to encourage a child to get on stage. And the classic, uncle auntie ke liye gaana ga kar sunao, dance karke dikhao. Okay, and everybody does it. Some reluctantly, some happily. And then, so it just went from performing in front of everybody to performing on stage to performing on camera. And I was good at it. I don't know if I would have the confidence that I do if I weren't good at it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
What if I had gone the first time I was scared to do an audition to host a show, and I was still in college. So I started working when I was 17. So I'm a 17-year-old going to do an audition. I've never spoken on camera. And my mom just said, I said, but what if I'm not good? And she's like, then you're not good. And should I try? And she's like, have you done it before? I said, no. She's like, then shouldn't you? And so I was like, yeah, that makes sense since I haven't. How can I be scared of something I haven't done before?
Yeah.
I must at least experience it.
But that's the logic.
And then I had great fun in front of the camera. Thank you. The camera has been like a dear friend.
Lovely. But
I don't know if I'd like flopped in that audition and not gotten it. I don't know.
Oh, so you're saying like the first time you did it, you aced it, and that's what gave you the motivation to go forward?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, got it. But I don't know. For me, I feel like when I am, if something I'm doing for the first time in my 20s and I had some form of self-doubt, I don't know if I would have been able to have that kind of mindset. And that's what I see in a lot of people nowadays. The mindset is more like the baseline belief is I'm not good enough. And but that's where it comes from.
See, back to 0 to 7.
Yeah, 0 to 7. Yeah, absolutely.
If you're made to feel you're awesome. And not in a, I don't know, I think my generation is in charge. I'm Gen X, so we're the ones who have apparently ruined Gen Z and Gen Alpha because we are the parent generation and just gone the other extreme.
Got it.
So, and perhaps encouraged children to a fault. I was never told, no, you're the best and that you can't do, you're not wrong if you're wrong. I've been whacked. I was very naughty. Of course, I've been punished. I've been disciplined.
Yeah.
So there were certainly, and I definitely needed the rules and the boundaries. Otherwise, I would have gone completely bonkers.
In a different direction. Yeah.
Completely. So there were parental influences like grounding me and saying, हाँ ठीक है, तुम आई थी TV पे. Because you can also let it get to your head. It doesn't matter, but under my roof, my rules, my this, my whatever.
That's so interesting. That didn't change the way you were looked at home. Did it in your friend circle?
No. My friends didn't know what I was doing. They just knew, oh, she's making money and all, how cool. At 17, everybody was on pocket. Oh, by the way, I was also still on pocket money till I finished. I graduated. All that money was saved.
Ooh, yeah. I have something similar as well. I used to teach dancing when I was in college for pocket money. Like my mom was like, I'm going to give you like X amount. If you want anything more, you have to make it. But
Correct.
It was, whatever I would make, it was still like half in the bank, half comes to me by cash. So that was still a pocket money. And I put that money, I put it with my grandmom in an FD. It broke after a couple of years, and that's the money I used to like, when I took like a year sabbatical, that's what I did.
So it really helps, right? Yeah.
What I made in like 18, 19, yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice to stay grounded. Like I'm still a college like student. I'm still on the pocket money.
Yeah, that's so true. Okay, so then in your 20s, you obviously did like so much, right? You've gone into so many forms of media, like radio and TV and all of that. So when you got like your first TV to do, was that comfortable?
So I started with television.
And then radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I used to anchor a lot of shows as a host. So lots of like celebrity chat shows, just anchor-based shows. So there would be like a musical program or whatever. So I would primarily anchor and do radio and do dancing, which Shama can continue to perform with him and teach. And I was trying to do it all. And the only thing I knew I wouldn't manage is acting. And so I avoided it for as long as I could. And then finally, when radio became daily, because it was initially I used to do a weekend show. Because Monday to Friday I was very busy, so Saturday, Sunday I would manage. And then when it became daily, and I had to get up at like 5 in the morning every single day, I realized I couldn't be dancing and rehearsing till 1 a.m. And so something had to give. And then the dancing took a backseat. And then suddenly I had time in the day and then I could act.
Okay.
So the acting, television anchoring came in when I was 17 or so.
Wow.
And radio was at 20, straight out of college. And then like acting and all was a little later. Maybe when I was about 24 or so.
With radio, I always feel like whoever I've asked, and I still have this question, is that you can't like one thing you can't abuse on on the radio station, right? And then the second is you have to like think really quickly.
Yeah.
And I know that you were also like Jaggu was a part of your duo or your team, so you're like how do you know you're built for radio?
Fluke. My entire career is a fluke.
What is it?
People say this one is very chatty and good, and there is an opening. Will you try? Okay.
But like you could
People
like
have
talk
to spot it in you, yeah.
But you can talk for hours.
You can. So nobody really talks for hours. I mean,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
podcasts, people talk for hours.
Yeah.
But on radio, your talk is broken into, broken by music, broken by the ads. So you're not really talking nonstop.
But it'll still be like really witty and keep people engaged. Like,
Yes.
And how did you know that you had that?
We didn't think we were witty. People told us we were witty. So we're like, all right, we made you laugh. Excellent.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So okay, is there a form that you've had rejection? Is there any?
Yeah, of course. I have. I was hosting a television show and then I was thrown out from it. And the only
You can't tell us a name clearly.
no.
Yeah, okay, fine. Huh.
Because I think because the show's still on.
Okay, huh.
And why? Because
Fair.
it was a very long time ago. But it was it's a hard lesson in life. Okay, I'm doing a TV show, and it's one of those where you have every city you go, and then you have like what are they called? Like the preliminary rounds, and then everybody comes together in Mumbai for the rest of the episodes. So we shot all those cities, come in, and then I was on air on radio, and then a listener called and said, "Oh God, Tarana, who is this some journalist? I can't actually remember his full name. Forget the name. But what did you do to this person?" And I said, "I don't know who this person is." It's like, there is a really nasty article about you in the papers. And we hadn't reached that section of the papers because to read the paper every morning on radio.
Wow.
And then I look at it and it was a very detailed article on how Tarana Raja has been fired and dropped from and replaced on this particular show for looking too old. So I'm like, what? And I said, yeah. So she looked really old and haggard. And the channel even hired very expensive film makeup and hair people who charge a like exorbitant amount of money, and even they couldn't save her from looking old. And so she's been replaced. So I'm reading this and I'm like,
Firstly, you were on air when you were reading
Yeah.
this. What the?
yeah, correct. And so I'm like, and then I showed to Jaggu obviously, and he was like, who is this bugger? I'm like, I don't know. Like, okay, why would? And I said, okay, let me call the producer director and first check if I have been fired or replaced. And they did say, sorry, babe, we had to replace you. I'm like, and is it because I look old? And they're like, don't be ridiculous. We needed, the co-anchor was much younger than me. It was on a GEC channel. And so those, in their heads, you need a cute boy to appeal to the housewives who will watch the show. And you're coming across too intelligent compared to him, which I probably was. And so we kind of need a pretty young thing to nod along with him, which we don't think you can pull off. So I said, okay, very evolved. But I said, but then why would this article? And they were like, no, this is all wrong. So they actually called the journalist, and the next day there was a retraction, an apology.
Ooh.
And no, the real reason.
Which is also bad.
Those 24 hours were quite hard.
Yeah.
And I was in my personal life with a partner who said, but babe, at some point you have to age, which is not very supportive. And may I please tell you, I was only 30 years old.
No.
So I am really, I don't know how I was looking very old. And I'm thinking I've been on camera since I was 17. I'm 30, so perhaps, yeah, maybe, because everybody at that age starts to feel like an auntie.
Yeah.
Because that's what, younger generations make you feel ancient.
I know, I can feel that.
And so a while you'll be a little bit insecure. And then later you realize, oh no, abhi to main jawan hu. Like you ask my mother does not feel old at all.
But there's so much about it. Like just the fact that firstly, the old part. Why is that?
I think it was just nasty. I don't know.
No, that's true. Of course, it was nasty. It was supposed to hurt you. It was meant to hurt you. And it did for a bit.
Yeah.
But the old part, like, why were we as a generation so obsessed with young? Like, what's up if women like age and they have babies and like that there was just such a stereotype in movies also that once you get married.
It's still there.
It's still there?
It's still there.
Fuck, I thought we were like becoming better.
It's still there. Everybody is just I think the longevity of an actor's life, if they're female, has maybe increased by a few years. But the roles change, and you cannot be a leading lady all your life.
But a man can be a leading man.
Yeah. And they'll always blame it on, not blame it. I mean, the brutal answer is it's business. It's business. The men have sold. I mean, a house full happens because of this star. You give me a house full, and I think in the last decade or maybe even more, there have been female-centric.
Yeah. They're trying.
They're trying. Yeah.
But it's not really happening.
But I mean, our country is also.
But this is
it's really not one of the most equal countries in the world.
Yeah, but this is where the patriarchy comes in.
So
right?
patriarchy is very much a part of our society, and so it'll reflect on cinema and everything. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Did it ever? Okay, so the age thing, and then good on you to actually like hold that article accountable. They actually like retracted
I said no. Do not print lies.
Yeah, but not a lot of people have the guts to do that.
I was also in a position to be able to do that because I was on the radio. I was a somebody.
You were an influencer before influencer.
I was not an influencer. No, I don't like the word influencer. Okay, I'll tell you why I don't like influencer, because I don't like to be the person who's influencing people. Like people are sheep and I'm sort of herding. I don't like.
It's not
I don't
your
like that
consent,
dynamic.
But it's not your consent. It's still their consent.
I know that, but I don't like when people say, "Oh, you're an influencer." I'm like, "No, I'm not."
So what are you then? What is that? Just like a media personality.
I'm an actor.
Okay.
I'm an actor. If you like, say you like my hair and then you go curl your hair, I think it's flattery, and it's humbling and it's lovely.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say you need to have curly hair and this is what you need to do. But enough people do, of course, ask what do you do for curly, and I will happily give guidance.
So is it like a cringe factor?
A little, I think, old school.
No, but it's a cringe for me as well. That's why I'm asking you. Is it a cringe factor?
Yes, but I'm also trying to analyze why it's cringe, and I think it has to do with the fact that I started in traditional media. Like on radio, nobody knew I was an actor. Nobody knew I was Vishakha Bajaj on Kasauti Zindagi Ki, which was one of the biggest daily soap operas on TV.
Yeah.
Nobody knew, and I was on air at exactly the same time. So people knew me as Tarana, and then they knew me as Vishakha. And radio was it was traditional. You didn't have a camera.
Yeah.
Only now everybody knows what RJs look like.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Instinctively, I would maintain the mystique until it became entertaining for Jaggu to make fun of me and talk about it on air. It only came out because he was like, I am making so much fun of you for being in Sasbahoo dramas. I'm like, go for it.
Interesting. So that just became a plot also in your...
Is it? Because it has to be always about the audience.
Okay, got it.
It's always about the audience. Is it of interest to you? I'm talking about me, but only if I think you're interested in me.
Yeah. And it's not like I'm being full of myself,
Correct.
Right? But how do you hold that line between that? It's like I'm not... Because see, right now when you see the influencing world, everyone has to overdo it on Instagram, and that's the truth. Like if you have an idea, you have to over-exaggerate it to stand out so that you get someone's attention.
Look, it's a new medium. When I was part of the radio industry when it was brand new in India. Private FM didn't exist before that. So we used to, take a history lesson is happening, but essentially All India Radio used to have one frequency on which they would sell hours and slots to private operators. So I used to read the news on radio middays
Okay.
hour.
Okay.
Pretty soon they realized she's actually the banter before and after the news segment is funny, she's witty, she's charming or whatever they thought. We should try her out as an RJ on a show,
Okay.
which did well. And then suddenly we didn't do radio anymore because private FM was coming. And then 5 years later, private FM launched in India and I was always there. But all of us were new and we were experimenting with the medium. And in our case, what we did was, we've never done this before. It already exists in the UK, it exists in America. And so we were trained by professionals from the industries abroad. And essentially they got a bunch of really lovely, creative, intelligent, talented people and said, do your best and always keep the audience in mind. And then we did our best. There was no, like now the rules have been set by us.
Got it.
But when there were no rules, everybody did their best. With Instagram, everybody is still figuring it out.
Yeah.
They believe they know. And then the algorithm comes and then changes things around.
Yeah.
Right? So it's still experimental. That was my point.
Yeah.
It's experimental. So you do your best and you do what seems right to you.
But there wasn't, like, as you said, there weren't so many forms of media before. If there was just this one form, you could take it in one direction and you choose to make the rules of that direction.
See, there was radio, there was also satellite television, which means all those channels that came in.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, there was only Doordarshan.
Yeah.
Right? And then after that, I was still a kid when Z and all of those channels came in and Star Plus and all of that came in. And then I was still young when we started programming stuff and producing stuff here. So again, the initial batch of things were amazing on television, on radio.
Yeah.
It was amazing because it was a bunch of really cool people. I believe the suits always come and screw up things.
I love it.
Always.
I love this. Is my favorite sentence.
The suits screw up things.
Absolutely.
Because you're taking creative mediums and then saying, this did well, people like it. Oh, they actually bought into this. Oh my God, we're making money. Now we must make 10x.
Double down. Yeah.
How do we make 10x? Oh, by trying to appeal to everybody. Nobody can appeal to everybody. When you go to everybody, then you dilute what's uniquely you.
That's what I feel like that's happening with Instagram, no, right now. So
because this works, so then even I'll do this.
Yeah.
Then even I'll do this.
But then that's the cringe factor. Have you ever felt bad saying no for anything? I mean, like, I should have done that? Any role that you feel like?
No. I'm not someone who looks back with regret.
Ever?
I try not to.
Okay.
I really try not to.
Like, no regret in anything?
No, not really. If you learn from a failure, from a tough time, then you're actually...
so then you're reflecting.
Then you actually got something out of it. So then what is it? How can you regret a learning?
Yeah.
Because you're the person that you are today literally because of your past experiences and how you dealt with them. So what is there to regret?
And that's like self-reflection, no, at the end of the day?
Everybody should self-reflect, right?
But people don't.
I think people do. Everybody is constantly thinking and overthinking.
Overthinking is a whole different thing.
Isn't overthinking reflecting?
Overthinking is when I'm thinking about some incident, like what will Tarana say? What will Nikhil say? What will Maitri say? I'm thinking of it from other people. That is overthinking.
Oh.
Now, when you are...
introspecting is not overthinking.
No. Introspecting is just thinking normal, getting to a place of clarity. So overthinking is when you're thinking of it from outside people's perspective, you're thinking of it from different POVs and you go crazy in that thought process. It exhausts you so much that now any small thing will give you like a panic attack or it'll make you depressed or it'll like just ruin, just take out the worth in yourself.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah, so that is overthinking and that's what people actually suffer with. But if you're thinking, like if you're coming to me, like, how do I feel? Like I didn't feel good when she spoke to me this way.
So I always analyze my... I felt like I also write down epiphanies.
I love that.
I have epiphanies all the time. And I remember it's very fun. All the time, as in at least a few times a year. And I write down the date. I'll also write context. How much wine was consumed. Write the context always.
I love that.
And then I go back and like read the epiphanies. And I'm like, yeah. And once you've had that epiphany, the clarity of thought or a aha moment, then don't go back.
Then you like,
Is my point.
It's sorted. I've got my answer.
Then you cannot behave exactly the same way again. Once you've already had clarity, I reacted in this way because I was feeling bad, I was tired, my stomach was cramping, mood was off, whatever it was. I behaved this way for this reason. They behaved this way for this reason. Now I've understood it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's you coming to acceptance, actually.
Sure.
Yeah. But that's what an epiphany is. At some point, when you feel like this is the answer, I accept.
No, I think it's me understanding myself a little bit more.
Acceptance.
And a little bit more. And a little bit more.
Yeah. So when you understand yourself, it's like, I've understood it. You don't reject it. Because your brain will always keep giving you thoughts. But this is the answer you accept to keep.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Because I could totally change my mind later.
Yeah.
My mother changes her mind all the time.
It's always subjective.
She can do a complete 180. I don't like this person at all. Unse the bad vibes are here and this and that. Then I will have a conversation and say, Mommy, not at all. You are right.
How sweet.
Wonderful person. I'm like, excellent.
Your mom says that you're right. I love that.
Once I record her also when she says, rare instance when my mother says, you are right.
I need to hear that more.
Record it.
Yeah.
And then look at that video with great fondness because it's not often repeated.
I'm going to do that. Thanks for the...
And I've been right about like pretty important. You were right. I should eat more protein. You are right. I should have exercise. You are right. I have too much stuff.
Yeah.
I shouldn't buy. So off late, she's been really being a spendthrift. Otherwise, she's unstoppable.
Wow.
You are right. Reluctant. She does it reluctantly, but she does admit it.
That's so sweet. Tell me a little bit about your friends groups, because I also feel like female friendships are very important in life. And there was a point in our life where we were growing up and we also thought that, I'm just better off being friends with all the guys. And
I was not that person.
Fair, that's okay. I'm
Girl, school girl.
I'm also a girl, school girl. So it's just that when you go into college, you're just like, oh my God, I gel with the guys so much better.
I think I wanted to be a boy. Rather than be one of the boys, I wanted to be more boy than the boys.
Why?
Because I grew up in a house with no men.
Oh.
And so the only way to be the dude was to become the dude. And I think I've grown up. I now, as I reflect and look back and all, the male side. Everybody has a male and female side.
Yes.
My male side was definitely a lot more active, perhaps, initially, and for the right reasons, I guess, because I had to figure out the food on my table, the clothes on my back, and the roof over our head. All the women in my house had to do it.
Yeah.
So then that's traditionally, and look after ourselves and be the independent, safe, protect ourselves, protect each other, this and that. So those are the traditional male roles.
Yeah, so traditional roles that a man plays is providing and protecting. And you feel like you've learned that through the women in the house?
Yes, and it was, it's conditioning, it's also the conditions. No man in the house means then that's, you do it all, right? And I think, in college for sure, we were a gang of 10, and there were 8 boys and 2 girls.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to talk about. It's always somehow I feel like while we're in college, and I'm not talking as much in school because that time you're still puberty and all of that is going on. In college is when somewhere the girls are always with a big boy group or spend more time with the guys. That's what I was trying to get at.
I think for us, we were the 2 girls who had very chill liberal parents.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of the other girls weren't allowed out after a certain time. The boys always had more freedom and a later sort of deadline. And so we ended up
being in that group.
And we also really hit it off with each other, and gender didn't actually matter.
Okay.
We're all gender agnostic.
You can't be gender agnostic
really
at 20, 21. That's just not possible. Or maybe you want to remember it differently.
Maybe I'm remembering it differently.
Yeah, because it's not possible. What about your female friendships? How has that been in your life?
I have amazing female friends.
What's the importance of female friendship? Because I feel like people still don't understand. Like, there's still a lot of pick-me energy. Obviously, comes down to Instagram and all of that, but there's still a lot of pick-me energy in this world. And I feel like my relationships, I feel I have built myself differently because I have really strong female friendships. And they keep me grounded. They make me think in a more empathetic way, which I think that part of myself I was losing.
Women are your bouncing boards for everything, for every mood, for every if I didn't have my female friends, I really wouldn't be a happy person.
Really? Tell me
Absolutely.
a little bit more about...
They make me happy. I mean, my joy, my the sustenance. Women are sustenance. Your female friends and your female friendships are like
You can say anything.
food for your soul, for your brain, for your well-being.
Yeah.
There is nothing that you cannot discuss
Yeah.
with the right bunch of friends.
Yeah.
Every insecurity, every heartbreak, every joy, every celebration, every win, everything can be shared, and it's always better when it's shared.
Yeah. 100%.
Everything is better.
But why is it so much better with a girl?
Because a girl is wired differently.
Yeah.
Guys don't like to talk about feelings so much. A lot of, and I have very lovely male friends who are properly empathetic, but they're like, abhi ho gaya yaar. You know, like women have the patience to be like, arey, but no, but why?
Yeah.
But why? And the analysis, and I think this, and my personal experience this, and and we will really deep dive, and are happy to like we often giggle, right? It's a stereotype, like guys go out and they'll be like, हाँ तो अभी like life कैसे चल रही ठीक है, work कैसा चल रहा ठीक है, the football game, this and that, ha ha hoo hoo. It's a light sort of night. Women can often have very heavy nights, and we also talk about, we will go from hair to fashion to period pain to perimenopause to childhood trauma to abusive husbands to whatever, and it'll all happen.
Yeah.
Because we have that much more bandwidth. That's why for a woman it is very important to have female friends.
Yes.
Who else understands the way your brain is wired? With this. Only this person gets it.
I love that.
It literally is.
Yes, it is.
Please don't expect the men in your life to fill that role, because they will genuinely be bewildered by how can I have often enough shared with my partner. I'm like, can I tell you what I was thinking just now? He's like, yeah. And then I'll be like, and he'd be like, but we were both just getting a massage. Why were you thinking? And I'm like, you? And he was like, you heard me snore. So
I love that.
it really is. Like hair wash style is supposed to be relaxing, and then I'll be like, ooh, this, that, and all.
Wait, whose hair wash time is relaxing?
It's supposed to be.
When somebody else washes your hair.
Yes.
The hair wash is not relaxing,
Yeah, but
guys.
like even in a salon, classic, I've actually written an epiphany when hair was being washed and set for me because I barely had 2-3 hours. I had a very important audition. They needed my hair straight. Mummy was in hospital and I was doing many things. And the thought process in my head at that point was like, yeah, okay, I've earned this.
Yeah.
You don't have to earn it. You have to just be able to enjoy it. And so I get bewildered looks, and women understand why we push ourselves so hard. They get why it's important for us to earn it, because we value ourselves differently if we've earned. And it's a girl thing. How is a boy ever supposed to understand? I did try and say, this is what I was thinking, and every single male friend of mine was like,
yeah. No, it's just like...
They did ask, oh, you should have like drunk some wine along with that hair wash. I'm like, yeah, perhaps.
No, for me, it's like whenever I like discuss the depth of my thoughts, it's like, okay, what do we get for dinner?
Only another woman is not going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, I just told you my whole life right now in like one extremely amazing thought, and you're saying, okay, what's for dinner?
But isn't that why you do need men?
Yeah.
To balance us out. Otherwise, we can spiral.
Yeah, we can enable each other to
spiral.
Go down that. Yeah. Also, I feel like with female friendships, they always show up whenever you don't need them. Whenever you don't ask for it, not that you don't need them. Whenever you don't ask for it.
Because women sense it.
Yeah.
They don't need to be explicitly told.
Yeah.
How do they sense it? Because they're empaths and women are built like that.
Yeah.
The EQ is high. It's literally a genetic advantage.
Yeah. 100%. It's like, oh, I know you're traveling tomorrow. I just called to say, have a safe trip. And it's like, what?
Or did you reach?
Yeah. It's like, this is amazing.
So that level of thoughtfulness only comes from women because we're capable of 500 thoughts at the same time.
Yeah.
I've had enough friends, men, I can't, how in the world, you were having such a busy day.
Yeah.
And it's not like you were just sitting the whole day.
Yeah.
And hence could do this. I've done 500 things on the phone at the same time as I came in.
Yes.
Because we're capable. By the way, as perimenopause hits, that ability is going. And maybe it's good for us.
And maybe that's also
it's good. It's balancing us out. Yeah. We're turning into boys and we're entering your territory.
Like, I'm going to do one thing and I don't care about it.
I'm only going to do one thing. I'm not going to have air. My bullshit filter is like going like really, really, really like full.
Yeah.
So zero
bullshit.
Women will be like, acha, that one snapped. Bad mood, bad day. वो सोच के बाद we will like, after we analyze, we'll then react. Now it's you snap, I'm bloody snapping back.
Oh my God,
I don't care.
Wait to reach that phase.
No.
I know.
I'm giving you the
I know.
The rosy side of things.
But I've also had this really weird countdown in my head about like perimenopause. It's like, my God, it's 15 years, 14 years ish. And I'm scared. I'm really scared. The reason that I am like having creatine. The whole reason I'm having creatine and like working out and protein and all of that is only because I'm so scared.
You are most welcome because our generation is the first one that has made so much noise about it online.
Yeah.
I think Gen X is the first generation that is actually on social media and perimenopausal.
Yeah.
So we're screaming about it.
Yeah.
And what's most annoying is the fact that such little medical awareness exists. There is no research and it is infuriating. And however, in the next 10, 15 years, there'll be more research because that many of us have opened up our mouths.
Yeah.
So you'll have a lot more to go on.
There is just, generally with women, there is like less research. Like even with this whole intermittent fasting thing, like it's not meant for women.
Yes.
But they just did it on men and like the college students, which can survive anything. Like for a 20-year-old, if you do any kind of research, he'll survive, bro.
Yes.
But like your 30s and 40s, we can't.
Yes.
So it's like intermittent fasting was sold to us as like, this is the best thing. It's going to make you lose weight. And I'm like, all the guys are losing weight. All the women are like getting acidity and suffering.
Yeah.
Like what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
Our body was not meant for this shit. But you didn't tell us because you didn't
I
give
feel
us enough.
vindicated because I could never do intermittent fasting. I'm the exact opposite of intermittent fasting. I'm a non-stop eating person. From the hour I wake up to the hour I go to sleep, I eat every 2 hours because I'm genuinely hungry every 2 hours. And then I get all these
That's
looks
like a baby.
Yes.
A baby is hungry.
The other day I went to my mother and said, this is a problem. I've literally carried like a snack for the 2 hours that we're together. A proper snack because I'm like, I'll get hungry. So I'm the opposite of intermittent fasting. And then I would look at the world where everyone's like, like 8 hours, come se come, 12 hours, 16, 36, this and that. And I thought I was being mental or terrible on my own health and being irresponsible. So I feel vindicated.
Yeah.
I feel completely vindicated that it's finally come around that it doesn't suit women.
It doesn't suit women. It was never supposed to be there. And like this is something I've spoken on a previous podcast too, is that even the 9 to 5 working hours were not meant for women. It was meant for men, structured for a corporate world.
It's obviously because women are not supposed to leave the house, darling.
Yeah.
Nobody asked us when they set these
rules, exactly. So now when a woman works 9 to 5 and she skips her meals and because we are multitaskers, like you said, I can do 500 things. Because you are supposed to be doing like 10 different activities. But like when a woman is sitting 9 to 5, missing meals and just doing one thing, it's not good for her hormones. It's not good. And why are women getting PCOD so much? Because we are going into a man's world in a man's way. So we are going to get PCOD. Our testosterone is going to go up. And it is like disgusting.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's not enough research coming
At least
back
we're
to
talking
it.
about it. Nobody talked
now,
about it.
Yeah, now we're talking about
My mother belonged to the silent generation. Nobody even knows beyond Gen X. Hopefully you know Gen X.
Yeah.
But after Gen X comes the boomers.
Yeah.
And then there's a silent generation, which is 1945 ke pehle born, who just, uff tak na karenge hum. That generation. So she looks at me bewildered when I complain about like, oh God, mummy, now uterus lining is thickening, this is happening, that. And she's just like,
Yeah.
हमें तो नहीं हुआ ये सब. I said,
हुआ तो था.
हुआ तो था.
हुआ
हाँ,
तो
हुआ
था.
था.
Yeah. Like even anxiety, when you tell them that I have anxiety, it's just like, oh, what is this anxiety? We've also been worried in our life before.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. But does it hurt you that that generation was silent?
No, I feel terrible for them that they were silent.
So does it like
I feel bad, so I keep trying to encourage her to...
Sorry if I use the word hurt, but I'm like, do you feel bad?
I most certainly feel bad. I keep trying to get her to open up to me, and she's like, oh my God, why must you ruin everything?
Yeah.
Because I'm also, one of the joys of living with your aging parent is you can see your future.
Yeah.
Like, this is how it'll be, and what you want it to be and what you don't want it to be is currently in your hand. You also see a lot of yourself in them, and you're like, oh, I speak like this. Oh, I react like this. Ooh,
Does that scare you?
No.
When you see like, okay, but you've like...
But I really like my mother.
Yeah.
I'd love to be my mother.
That's your goal.
Except for the frailty.
Yeah.
And...
Got it.
And the terrible moods.
Got it.
Like when she's in a bad mood, we're very tantrumy. So I would not like to be that unreasonable.
Okay. Got it.
And that impatient. All of my friends will laugh at this because they're like, you are totally auntie. But I would like to not be that impatient, that frail.
Yeah.
But otherwise, zest for life.
Yeah.
I'm learning and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should. Lipstick aise lagao jo dikhe. So she has all these like mad fundas. That is actually using frivolous words to actually say deeper things like, come on, put on your brave face. Put yourself together. Haar mat mano. Don't be...
How do you think she has gotten so much strength? Because she also came from the silent generation, right?
Because she's had a tough life and life has taught her to be strong. Life throws curveballs at everybody. And it's absolutely true, what doesn't break you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
So when you admire someone for like, wow, so strong at such a young age, it's because they dealt with horrible shit earlier than other people are used to.
So one thing that I truly hate is when somebody is like, oh my God, you're so strong. Because I just feel like that's the narrative that's sometimes fed to women, that you're so strong. And then they become so caged up and hyper independent to a point like some women are they don't even ask for help. Some women are very reluctant.
That would be me.
Yeah?
Till it was pointed out to me.
You were reluctant to ask for help? But that's the thing, because it's the so strong narrative has been fed for a very long time, and we're looking at it as...
So I don't blame it on... I don't think there's any narrative. When people say, oh, you're so strong, and they say it in admiration, it's up to you to...
Yeah, but when you're younger, it's not really up to you. It's the way...
Correct,
it's
conditioning.
It's the conditioning.
It's conditioning.
And the same thing that I try very hard nowadays, especially at funerals, is to never walk up to somebody and say, be strong. I'm like, dude, break down, bro. Don't be strong. I've gone for a couple of funerals, whatever, recently. And every, the silent generation, the boomer generation... Everyone's just walking up to the girls and like, just be strong, be strong, be strong. And it was irritating me from within because they don't need to be strong. This is not the time that they needed to be strong. This is the time that you have people around you to take care of you.
I think their fear was, if I break, will I be able to pick up the pieces? Will there be someone to pick up the pieces?
Yeah.
So nobody will see my tears and nobody will see my pain and nobody will see. Even me. I cry easily in front of people.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult for me to accept help, especially from someone of the opposite gender.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because for me to be a woman was to do it all. Everything. And that leaves no space for your partner in a romantic relationship then to do their role. Because if you're going to do everything, then I don't know what I'm like. And when I can clearly see you need me. And it could be as idiotic as trying to open a jar, which I clearly can't.
Yeah.
And I will not say khol ke do. To picking up like really heavy, I will carry my own bag because you carry your bag, I will carry my own bag. Arey, why?
Yeah.
Your bones are like weaker right now. You're ending up pulling a shoulder. Don't be idiotic. So it's taken me years to be okay. Because to be weak is not okay.
I was just coming to that. It's because it comes down to, the narrative comes down to, is that if I can't do it myself, I can't do my work myself, so that means I'm weak, and if I'm weak, that's not allowed. And that's also why people don't go in for therapy most of the time. It's like, my problems, I only can't handle my problems. I have to outsource it now. That means I'm weak, and being weak is not allowed.
So I went to therapy primarily out of... I will do everything to fix me, which means going to the right doctor and going to the right therapist. That is not weak.
Yeah.
In my head.
Yeah. Fair.
That's not weak. Fixing yourself is not weak.
Yeah.
But you being in charge of your life is a firm philosophy of mine.
So now do you accept help? Does it come easily,
Sure.
or it's still a journey?
Sure. I will try and do it.
Okay. So it's a journey.
And no, I'll tell you, the journey is definitely on, but at least in the simpler things, it's not a battle anymore. I would fight. No, you paid half, I will pay half. You paid last time, I will. All this rubbish would always go on.
What the hell?
There was once a chunk of money that flew back and forth between my partner and my bank account about 6 times in the day. And all he said was, you do know I have far more patience than you. So I can... Because I was starting to get irritated about, why are you sending it back?
Yeah.
And I was like, why did you send it in the first place? And it was just like, and he does have much more patience.
Okay.
So it used to be very... right now, I'm completely... I'm a toned down version from what I was 5 years ago. But I have spent lots of time thinking.
Yeah. But that's so crazy. Like literally, if the money is going...
And it's stupid.
Yeah, of course.
It's stupid. And people... let people indulge you if they want to.
But do you think that's also ego?
No, I know it was not ego.
Okay.
It's not ego. It's about being a weak.
But then how is that?
Like in therapy, I've used words like, but I'm not one of those abla naris. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm not a leech. Okay? 2 horrible words out of my mouth. And then I've done. And so she said, who in your life, in your friend circle, is a leech? There's nobody. Any of your... what is a leech? I'm like, I don't know, somebody who lets other people pay for them. I said, I see. So the therapist, of course, has talked me through this and said, I see. And do you have friends who is one partner working and the other one not? Yeah. Do you think they're lesser human beings? Absolutely not. Do you help your friends? Yes, always. This and that. So I see. So for other people,
everything
is fine.
Everything is okay.
But for self, because you're better. And then, of course, Bhishma Pitama references were given to me. And the usul and this and that. But it hit home.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, because step 1 is analyzing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then, why are you like this? And there is no nefarious reason for me to be like this. It's literally, I grew up in a house where my mum put the roof over our head, the food on the table, and did everything. My sister did exactly that. I then did exactly that. So that's the only way we know to be. And so anything less than that is not okay.
Yeah.
And I'm learning to understand, okay, I feel this is why I feel it, but it's coming from here.
Yeah.
Because I grew up hyper-independent.
Yeah. And there are byproducts of being hyper-independent.
Yeah. Most of them it's worked to my advantage, that I've been hyper independent because there's a sense of, there's a confidence, there's this little like,
Yeah.
I got it, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need anybody else to do anything for me.
But sometimes you really need people to do some things for you, and you yourself internally can't like accept that. And that's where sometimes it backfires.
No, I'm like my mom. We will do it all alone, and at least we've stopped rejecting it when our friends come and say. At least we've stopped doing that. I've had friends who just I'm coming, and I'm like, but why? It makes no sense. Mummy is in the operation theatre. I'm sitting outside.
Logically, it makes no sense.
Logic.
That's the boy.
I'm very logic minded. So it's always logic, and now I've started accepting that emotions are also equally important.
Yeah, that's when you spoke about the whole like, I was the dude. There was like the male energy is high, so that's logic at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Everything has to be logical.
It was always logical. But why do you need to sit with me? And the reason I accepted her sitting with me is because I was suddenly needed in two places.
Yeah.
Mom was panicking inside an operation theatre. I needed to hold her hand, but they also said, and go and finish this and pay this and come. Now, and that day she wasn't with me, and the next day I said, okay, come.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like the attendant can't be the, so all these things, but so again, it's bare minimum help, but I'll take it.
Yeah. So it's still a journey. You're there. You're getting there.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
So that's what it is, right? Like it's also accepting at whatever age you are, you're not completely healed.
Who can be completely healed and who can completely know what they are? Although what if I see like completely new things in the next 5 to 10 years?
You know what?
And they open up my mind.
Unfortunately, people do think that they don't need help, they don't need therapy, they are completely fixed and it's like, or I'm good. I'm good on my own. Like they feel like they are healed or everything is going to be okay.
But as you know, with therapy, it has to come from within.
Yeah.
If you feel the need, you'll seek a therapist. If you don't feel the need, you won't.
I also kind of believe, you've heard that saying where they say like, God only gives you that much struggle that you can handle. And I feel like in therapy also it's the same thing. You will only heal when you can handle the pain of healing. You can have like two sisters coming from the same house, having the same experiences, having the same kind of trauma. One will heal at 20, one will heal at 50. It's just that when your psyche is ready, it will handle
I
it.
agree.
If your psyche is not ready, nahi hoga.
Which is why when you feel like it, then only go.
Yeah, when you feel like it, then only go. So, but what I truly believe is those 30 years that it takes you to actually heal, don't think that you're healed. That's what I have a problem with. You're not healed. Say that you're putting it on hold.
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Work in progress is amazing. It works across everything. I'm a work in progress.
Exactly. It's like I'm not there yet, and I always like to be a work in progress.
If you were there already, then what's the point of living? No,
Henna, and this is what I was feeling like. I was telling you this in the car.
I'm not there yet, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna keep going.
I always feel like I like to do things at like a 90% ish because I feel like I'm still going to go there. Like, I feel like I don't like perfection. Perfectionism is like the enemy at this point because it just feels like if everything is done, then what is there to look forward to?
The next thing.
Yeah, but no, in the sense like if everything is done in the perfect way, then that also kind of puts stress for the next thing. So I like everything to be at 90%. I like that little chand pe daag hai situation. Nothing needs to be perfect ever in my life. I like flaws. I embrace flaws. I feel like it's cute, it's fun, it's quirky. It's something that makes me, and I understand that there are many parts in my life with the same mentality when I go that it is self-sabotaging. I'm very aware of it, and those are the times that I'm actually working on it. But in work, like in business and in careers and all of that, bringing that same philosophy in of like I like to do things as a work in progress, like reaching the destination, then you're bored, bro. Then you're just like, then I'm better than everybody else and then I have a new problem to solve. So I like the 90% mark so much more than the 100%. Like I enjoy myself at the 90% mark than the 100%.
You think very differently from me.
Yeah.
But if it works for you, excellent.
Yeah, it does. That's the thing. Like I don't know. I just feel like when I'm at 100%, the joy is out. But when I'm at 90%, I'm always...
Like I have to finish... and freelancer, right? So we finish project to project.
Yeah.
So you have to always give your 100%.
Yeah.
Then it's over.
Yeah.
Then the next one.
You're still going to give your 100%.
And then the next
just
one.
Like I feel like the 100% doesn't need to be. So when I say perfectionist, I feel like there is a thought that's in your head. Like it has to be exactly that. I'm like, if the 90% was perfect and it is giving you the 100% result, then that's where I stop. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like I feel joy at 90%. When I'm at 100, I don't.
See, joy is key.
Yeah.
You must feel
whatever you're doing, you're happy doing.
My whole and sole purpose in life is to feel joy every single day.
Yeah.
And whatever I can do to feel joyous every single day is what I do.
I love that.
So the people, my work, what I eat, what I do, what I work, every day I'm supposed to be delighted.
Yeah.
And happy, and then that works.
That's a great
Yeah.
mantra.
Just every day choose. This is what you mean by choose happiness. I'm going beyond and saying I'm choosing delight. I'm choosing to be delighted.
Yeah.
But then I also get delighted by simple things.
Yeah. You're not a difficult person.
The trees. No. Oh.
Okay, that's opened up a whole new. Sorry,
That would be another podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole other podcast. But for now, we ended at work in progress and choose happiness.
Yes. Find joy in little things.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. It's taken a while. This conversation has gone on for a while. Coming, not coming, traveling, not traveling now, not well, not so.
And now we were like, whether we have bad throats, bad colds, no voice, we will just do it.
Yeah, because it has to happen.
Bahut ho gaya, haan.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank
Most
you
welcome.
so
Thank
much
you.
for sharing and being vulnerable and just being you. Thank you.
Easiest thing to be.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, please follow, like, share, subscribe. We'll put our links and comment. It helps the page a little bit. So, thoda comment. I'll see you at the next one.